recently I was approached by the folks over at Itehil, or IT, yeah, I don't know how to say this, but Itehil, about doing a review on their reverse osmosis water filter, their portable reverse osmosis water filter. And I waited a little while because, I'm sort of hesitant about some of these companies that you don't really know who they are. I was the same way when I did a review on my SimPure reverse osmosis water filter, and that is absolutely fantastic. We use it all the time. After looking over their website and watching a few of the reviews other people have done, it seems like this is a really cool product. So what I want to do today is put this together for you, show you what's included with this, and then test it out on a couple of things. Now, I'm not taking this to a lake or anything, but I do have my backyard pond, which is pretty mossy and a little bit gross. And also my hot tub, I'll be testing, see how this does cleaning pool water and stuff like that. So like I said, there's quite a bit of information on their website, and they state that this is NSF certified and ANSI 58 FDA, CEEMC, whatever all that stuff means, but quite a few different certifications. And then I will go through some of the other key specs as I go through this stuff, but let's go ahead and pull this stuff out and see what comes included, and I'll explain to you how everything gets used. So you've got the blue, which I assume is the fresh water, and then you've got this one, which is probably the wastewater. That's one thing with reverse osmosis water filters, they do create wastewater. The SimPure I have creates very little. This one I believe creates quite a bit, just because you throw this into a lake or a stream or something like that, and the wastewater is not a huge deal. This is not a countertop water filter. Then you've got the two filters right here. This is the reverse osmosis water filter. This is the one that filters down to 0.0001, I believe, really small. And then you've got the hybrid filter, which has got the active carbon, the composite filter, and the activated carbon layer, which gets a lot of the microorganisms and stuff out. So these two combined will clean just about anything out of the water. It will not clean seawater, any salt water, or anything like that. And there are some chemicals that you're just not going to be able to get out of the water with filtration. So keep that in mind. But this, with these two right here, reverse osmosis is the best way to get just about everything out of the water. So with that, you've got these two filters right here. You've got the power cord right here, which is a Type C power cord, and it plugs in right to the side right here. And the cool thing about this is you can also charge this with a solar panel. If you've got the Type C hookup or even USB, you can put the adapter on there and make this a USB hookup, charge this straight from the solar panel. The batteries inside this are 6,000 to 6,000 milliamp hour batteries. So 2,000 full cycles is what it says on the website. And you can get, what it says on the website is 9 gallons from one full charge, which is quite a bit of water. And then we've got this right here. I'd have to read the instructions, not quite sure what this is. Maybe this is just a handle. And then inside, or this bag right here, is just the carrying case. And this would be the hose that you put into the water, and it connects, I assume, to the back right here. I'll have to read the directions and make sure I'm doing all this right, but this drops into the lake, the stream. Today I've filled up a couple buckets, and I'll be using buckets, but this will drop right into there, and then it'll filter on this side as well. So that's basically it in this. You've got this nice little carrying case, so you don't have to actually have the box right there if you're thinking about size. This weighs about 13 pounds, I believe. So it's pretty lightweight. I mean, anybody can carry this, and it's not going to, you put it in the back of your car or whatever. You're not going to want to take it hiking, but camping and doing things like that would be fine. I will go over who this is for and who it's not later on in this video as well, because it may fit your needs and it may not. Really just depends on the situation. But let's go ahead and get this whole thing set up, get the filters in, get the hoses hooked up, and then we'll do some testing. All right, so let's go ahead and put the filters in. And this is pretty self-explanatory. There is a direction key right here, unlocked and locked. You've got, this is the reverse osmosis, so RO filter right here. And you just turn it, make sure it's seated really well, and turn it to that locked position. Same thing with this one. This is the hybrid, so we're going to put it in here. Make sure it's seated well. So those two are seated. Just keep that in mind. Make sure you're pushing these down before you lock them. So those two are in there. So what we're going to do is put on this hose right here, which is the water collection. And this is the side, this is the outlet. So let's put this on the inlet right here. Make sure that's on nice and snug. And then you've got quite a bit of length here. And this is so you can toss this into a stream, into a lake or wherever. Get out there sort of deep where this is going to hang in the water. Today we've just got a bucket that we're going to use. So I don't need to go that far, but I'm also going to be putting the bucket on the floor. So let's go ahead and do that now. I'll show you what I'm talking about. That way we'll see how well it does coming up about 3 feet or so. So right now I've got the pond water bucket that I filled up earlier, and it's got a little bit of sediment in there. I've got to make sure my dog doesn't get it. Watch out. But it's got a little bit of sediment in there. So we'll do that and we'll see how it works. So on this side, what we're going to do, this is going to be the dirty water side. So we'll throw that in here. And then this blue is going to be our clean water. So we'll throw this on this side. And what I'm going to do is for our dirty water, I've got this bowl right here. Put one of these clamps on here. Ideally, outside you wouldn't need this because this dirty water hose, you just throw that on the ground by the lake you're at, by the river, and you're fine. In here, I don't want to make a mess, so I'm going to put this on right here like that. And then on the clean water side, I am going to test these with a dissolved solids meter, so I want to make sure and use 2 different glasses for this. Now that I've got the filters in, I've got the dirty water, the gray water that's coming out this end, and then the clean water on that end. I want to see how much gray water it produces compared to how much clean water it produces, and I want to see how clean this water actually is. So now that we've got this all set up, what I'm going to do is just hold this power button for, I think, 3 or 4 seconds, turn this unit on, and it should start filtering and pumping the water up from the bottom. And it's really quiet, hard to tell, but it is moving and water is coming up through the tube, so it should start producing. You almost can't even hear it, which is kind of nice. Okay, so after a couple of minutes, this is starting to go now, and you can see that's kind of nasty. But over here, that clean drinking water is sparkling clean water, so I have no doubt that's going to taste just fine. All right, I think that's enough of that water. All right, so this is super full now. And by the way, I have this charging right now because I didn't charge it when I first opened up the box. I should have, but it's charging right now. So we've got this water right here, which is nice and clean. We'll test this. We'll test the total dissolved solids as well as drink it in just a little bit. But I decided what I want to do, since we've got both of these buckets over here that are, you've got one that is the hot tub water, one that is the other water. I've watched a video of this lady that put a whole bunch of different crap in here and filtered this stuff out. So in this bucket right here, I added together all the pond water. I added it already had the hot tub water. I put some coffee grounds in it, threw a little bit of dish soap in there. There's a little bit more in there. And just mix that all up. Completely nasty, nasty water. So let's see how this does through this filter. We get a clean glass here. And then we'll turn this sucker on and see how it does. All right, so as you can see, this gray water is pretty nasty. If we were to just test this, and this is all three of the tests that I did combined, but if we were to just test this, we are getting 343 parts per million. So with that, let's go ahead and test out these three different glasses of water. This first one right here, the parts per million before it went through the filter is 367. Now let me rinse this off in some clean water. And the parts per million with the combination nasty water, we're looking at 39, which is pretty damn good. It says drinkable water, it says it filters down to between 50 and 0. So 39 is pretty good. Rinse that off. This is the hot tub water. And this one right here is reading 17. So you can see there's a little bit more in that the completely nasty water, the coffee and the soap and all that, but 17 is really low, considering that this hot tub water was really high when I first started. I believe it was like 400 or 500, somewhere in that range. So that does really well. Now let's see the pond water, which was, I believe, at about 150 when I first tested it out. This right here, we're at about 39. So all of them are pretty good. The hot tub water is actually the best, probably because the particulates and stuff like that are a whole lot smaller, not sure. But it's interesting that the water with the most chemicals and crap in it was the best. So let's go ahead. Let me see what the flavor is like for each one of these. This is the complete mess of water. The soap, the hot tub water, the pond water, the coffee. And compare that to some purified filtered water. Not much of a difference. I mean, it tastes like water. Let's try the pond water. No flavor at all is kind of a good thing when it comes to this stuff. So let's try this pond water right here. And that tastes like absolutely nothing, even less flavor than the regular filtered water. It does taste a little different than this one though. Now we'll test the hot tub water, I believe this is. These two taste like absolutely nothing. This does have a little bit of a flavor to it. It's not a bad flavor or anything. Not really. I mean, not really, but you can definitely tell these two are super, super clean. This one's got a slight, it doesn't taste like soap or anything, but it's got a different slight flavor. So, as far as the chemicals that are in dish soap, I'd be, I don't know. Just not all that convinced with this. But all in all, the thing works great. Now, this unit is not a countertop unit. You can see with all the hoses, this is not meant for something you stick in your kitchen like I have the SimPure water filter. But it is something that would be great in a bug out situation, something that would be great in a camping situation where you're getting water from a river or a stream. great in a situation where maybe the municipal water supply is crapped out and you want to go collect water from a lake or a stream. Just a really cool unit, and something I could see would be really convenient to have in a bug out situation, in an emergency situation where you're not quite sure that water filter, that Sawyer water filter, is going to get everything out you need, and you want to make sure you have something that is going to do that. So very cool little unit right here. I will leave a link to the website below. They've also offered a $40 discount. If you use Dale40 at checkout, you can get $40 off on one of these units. So just really cool. If it fits your needs, it's something that, say you're an RVer or you're worried about a bug out situation, the reverse osmosis filter will filter about 600 to 800 gallons, the hybrid 300 to 400 gallons, and that really depends on how dirty the water that you're putting through this is. If it's just, you know, tap water or clean-ish river water, it's going to last longer than if you're sticking it in a swamp or something like that. But for 70 bucks, you know, getting an extra set of these, which I'm going to do, I'll do a little bit more testing with these because I want to see, I might do a video here in the future about how long a battery lasts and all that, but I'm going to get a set that I just put away for an emergency situation and have them absolutely brand new, and I'm going to test the crap out of these and see how this unit works out. But for 70 bucks for a set of filters that filter you know, hundreds of gallons of water, a pretty good deal. And the filter works well itself. Like I said, I should have charged it before I did this testing, but a great little unit. I can see this being very beneficial in a bug out or camping situation. If you all have any questions, anything I didn't answer in this, I'm sure there are some that I didn't answer. I'll leave a link to the website, leave a comment below, and I will answer that to the best of my ability. Like I said, if there's more testing that you want me to do, let me know. I'll be doing some on my own as well and probably do a video in the future. But with that, I am done here today. Take care and prepare, everyone. We will talk to you all later.